Today's children are spending an average of 7 hours a day on entertainment, including TV time, computers, phones, and other electronic devices. This can cause a number of physical health issues, and now more studies are showing it's also a contributing factor to children and adolescents feeling unhappy or burned out. Joining us this morning is Sanford child and adolescent psychologist Dr. Rebecca Pressler. Talk a little bit about the strategies to avoid burnout. Thank you so much for joining us today. As a parent, and I feel like all parents can relate, it's tough to get the kids off those devices, whether it's their cell phone, tablet, video games.
Yeah.
We talk about the problems that are associated with this. What are you seeing now when it comes to excessive use of electronics with kids?
Well, we're seeing a lot of mood issues. A lot of kids are getting crabby, irritable. They're having a hard time sleeping at night, which is always going to impact functioning. So they're more easy to react to little things. Parents often are coming in saying, I can't get them off the screen. That's when we have our most meltdowns. And it is keeping them away from physical activities. They're more likely to want to stay inside, play with their friends over the internet, because they still feel like they're getting the social interaction, but it's a false social interaction.
Okay, so at first I was thinking physical, how could it have, negative physical effects, but because they're not playing and just doing the normal exercise type things.
Exactly. So that's even impacting brain functioning, because our brains need our physical movement in order to function well, especially for kids who are developing. It's super important for them to have time to move.
I know I can relate to the fighting over no more phone time, and then it's an argument. How do you combat that?
One, I think it's important for us to model it as parents, where we set designated times as a family that we're not going to be on phones, not going to be on screens, especially around mealtime or other times of the day that you feel are very important. So if they see us putting down ours, it's going to be easier for them to put down theirs. There's some great apps out there that parents can use to control when kids can be on and on. In our family, we use one. So,
which one do you use?
We use our Pact.
Okay.
And it allows us to set up schedules so they know when they're going to have time available, when they're blocked. And then if they get chores done or have other things that are completed, they can come to us and ask if they can have extra time, and we can unblock them. But if not, they know they're blocked.
So set some ground rules for sure.
For
and
sure.
It's all right to use an app. Some people think I can handle it on my own, but the apps help.
The apps do help.
And I want to go back to, before you leave as well, the crabbiness. Where does that come from with too much screen time?
The screens actually overstimulate the brain for the kids. So they're getting overwhelmed with all this stimuli, whether it's the iPad, the phone, the TV, and their bodies aren't doing anything to get rid of that, to deal with that stimulation that they're receiving. So it comes out as crabbiness.
And we don't need crabby kids.
No.
Or tired kids. How do parents know when they might need a little more help, to reach out to their pediatrician or a therapist or a psychologist?
I would definitely say if it's interfering with peer interactions in school, they definitely need help, because it's super important for kids to feel good about themselves, that they're able to be successful in the school setting, and to have that social connection, that they at least have one good friend.
Great information that I think all families can use this and try. Get started, baby steps. It's not an easy process. Thank you so much for sharing your advice. Stay with us. Coming up on today's show, an upcoming music festival that's great for the whole family.